Hey guys, it's Vaughn. Welcome back to another episode of Feed the Beef. And depending on when this episode comes out, it may actually be very close to when the last episode came out, which is crazy and insane and awesome. I've been working kind of on the wall. I ran out of marble, as you saw in the last episode, but today Justin told me in a comment on my previous video that he had left me a present. And he told me he left it in the front of my house, and it turns out that he was mistaken as to what is the front of my house, so I was a little confused for a while, but what he actually did is he left it in front of this door, which is actually, to me, the back door. But whatever, it says, "Hey Vaughn, automatic marble delivery, Justin. Let me know when you're done so I can turn it off." What is this crazy, this is some sort of crazy magic. I have no idea how this sort of thing works. Marble for Vaughn. Science! How do I get out of here? Let me out. Let me exit. How do I... No. Stop. Exit. Escape. There we go. So, apparently, somehow, he has this magical setup that... Because he said he was going to give me some more marble, because he was doing a lot of quarrying, which is awesome. Thank you very much. But I did not expect it to be an automatic marble delivery system. That is pretty freaking awesome. So we're going to stock up on marble and go work on some more of the wall. It's kind of a boring thing to do, the whole wall project. Like, it's fun. It's the kind of fun thing that you want to do while you're listening to like a podcast or something. So I may put off more marble collection or creations until maybe Tuesday when the Minecraft podcast comes out. Why are you not opening my... Oh, because that's not open there. When the Minecraft podcast comes out, that could be a fun time to do it. I've been eating apples. I have plenty of food, but just have lots and lots of apples, so I thought, hey, why not eat some of those apples that we never use otherwise? Let's get some... Oops. Let's get some more of these. We got a stick. We don't need that stick. What else can we get rid of? We've got pumpkins. We got all sorts of weird stuff that we don't need in our inventory. I don't know why I have that door there, because you can't actually get in that door if you have a jetpack on. Let's put the pumpkins in here. Let's go grab that other stack of marble. I think what I might do is I might do the towers. Is that it? There we go. Oh, I picked up the stick, that's why. Meh. What I should really do is get rid of the stick and get some coal, because as I've been going through the wall creation, I've been excuse me, I've been lighting it up, because like I said, I would like to have the whole interior lit up, and there's a big part of this forest over here and this area back here that have not been lit up. I'm also thinking about ways that I want to redo this house, because originally I had this idea of this orange and white house, but I really don't like the way that it looks. So I would like to tear that house down, and I've been thinking about ways that I want to make the house look, and I was thinking it might be fun to have a house that spans multiple areas. So like I could build one, I'm gonna say a tower, I don't think I'll actually do towers, but like one tower here, and then there's a flat hill over there that I could have like a bridge that connects to that. And then this one over there is kind of similar, and I can have a bridge that connects to that. And I thought that could be kind of a fun, interesting, and neat structure. Maybe even to this, I could take this wheat farm down. A lot of that stuff is just temporary, so I could probably take that down and have another little bridge that spans to there. Or even keep it there and just put a bridge that spans to there. Because right now I've got this thing that somebody gave me, and it only sometimes works, and it's really weird and loud. Yeah, so... I mean, that's fun and interesting, but I don't really use it very much. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a bit of lighting up. I don't need a torch there. That's too much torches. I'd also like to get some more... That's what I should do, is I should get a tree farm going of these orange trees, just because I really want to have... Eventually, I want to replace every green tree that isn't a special type of tree, like the blue trees or like the kind that have the spider webs in them or whatever. Those kind of trees can stay, but like this tree I want to cut down and replace it with an orange tree. But I have some saplings in storage, but I don't have like a... I would like to have like just a giant double chest full of it. And instead I've just been cutting these down and then hoping that I get 2 or 3 saplings per tree so that I can replant the one and then add another 1 or 2. And it's very slow going, and I would like to just be more proactive about that. Anyway, I am going to, I think, do the towers, and then I will connect the walls off camera, and we'll see what else I want to do. I've been thinking about I'm not going to get any saplings out of this, am I? And of course I don't have any... I didn't think this through. I don't have... Oh, I got an apple, but no saplings. Well, that was brilliant, Vaughn. And we don't have the storage space right now to pick up this wood, so I'm going to just put it back. Excuse me about that. I had a bloody nose earlier today, and it's apparently being really disgusting. Alright, TMI. So, I think the next tower is at the end of this one. So I'm going to go do those. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to finish it on camera. I might not even finish it this episode, because it is a lot of blocks to place. But I got the marble to do it now, so at least I can do that. So I'll bring you guys back at some point when I decide to do something else. So we've not finished completely yet, but I have done I've put up at least part of the towers on all of the area, and I've done all of the walls except for a small section starting from here heading to that tower, and some of the areas are not completely raised to the roof. This side is probably as high as I'm gonna make it. It's weird too, because it's like, that's a perfectly straight line. Like, that line right there follows that line perfectly, but it looks like it goes all wonky because of the way that some of the areas go up and down terrain and stuff. So that's really kind of weird and bugs me. And one of the things that I wanted to do is put a lot more of those inverted glowing lamps all over the towers and stuff. And I think I mentioned, in order to do that, what you really need is a lot of orange dye. And so I spent the last 3 days working on bees, because apparently there is a bee that produces orange dye. And so I was like, well, that would be a worthwhile thing for me to look into. And I will show you the results of that in a minute, but I wanted to show you this. Obviously this tower is going to be much taller, but that wall connects now. So the only part of the wall that doesn't connect now is basically what I'm standing on right now, up until that point in the snow forest. Just a small section. I had ran out of marble, but Justin, I think I showed, gave me a magical marble transportation. Ooh, look at that. A magical marble transportation device, which is providing me with marble. Anything good down there? Caves, floating wolves. I always look for spawners. It's kind of cheaty. I wouldn't do it in a UHC, but a couple of the spawners that I have found on my property have been found this way, because you see it and then you know exactly where to dig down to. But this just all looks like mine shaft. Man, it's a persistent one, isn't it? Okay, it's gone. So I'm gonna cut real quick, and I will show you the marble creation, and then I will show you the bees. Alright, so first up is the thing that Justin gave me. As you can see, it's working. I may have showed you this at the beginning of the episode. It's been, like I said, a couple days since I recorded it. It's full of marble. It's doing great. I need to transfer some of that out so that it doesn't overflow. But very good. That's going to probably be enough to get me there. If not, I'll worry about it later. I have been thinking about doing like double-sided walls, so I might need twice as much marble as I have. But we'll see. So bees. Yeah. So there's the way to get the bees is pretty easy. You need like the basic meadows bee and the basic forest bee, which you just find in biomes like this. You just find the hive and you grab it, and then you need to breed those to valiant bees, which are also relatively easy to find. You get a random chance of getting one in any hive, and I had plenty of both. So I expanded my apiary area over here, put all the stuff in here. I've made this side the forests and this side the meadows so that I could keep track of them, and I started breeding, and I got plenty of these maroon princesses. So that's what you get if you mix a forest and a Valiant, you can get the maroon ones, and if you mix a Meadows and a Valiant, you can get, it's like a 5% chance of getting the Saffron bee. And then you mix the maroon and the saffron. So maroon is kind of a reddish color, and saffron is kind of a yellow color. So you mix those together, and they have like a 5% chance of producing an amber bee, which produces the orange dye. But despite the fact of having done something like, I don't know, 100 breeds of the forest and the Valiant bees, I've gotten loads of maroon ones, but I've gotten no, yeah, as you can see, this one just finished up too. Still no saffron bees. So I don't know if there's something bugged with it, if like the mod pack is borked, if for some reason they need to be in a different biome. I don't know. I've just kind of gotten so frustrated with it I gave up. What I did end up doing is going over to my skeleton farm, grabbing 3 stacks of bones, turning them into bone meal, and punching flowers for a bajillion years. And that gave me a bunch of orange dye, plus I also got yellow flowers and red flowers, which you can combine to make a bunch of orange dye. And so I put all of that orange dye into here, and check that out. I haven't made it yet because I wanted to make it on camera. So I've got 3, this is going to give me 3 stacks of the inverted orange lamps. So, bam. Ooh, sexy. Ooh. And then the other thing that I needed was glass. And so I found there's a desert not too far away. So that's what I've got cooking up in here. A bunch of glass. I already cooked up a bunch of glass. And I thought I would make a bunch of those. And of course I also went into the nether and I got a ton of glowstone. So that's what's in this box here. So, hey guy. So, screw you bees. I am still going to do everything that I needed to do. I'm just not going to do it with you. So while we do that, let's talk about school. A bunch of you guys are probably just now finishing another year of school, right? So congratulations to you for doing that, if that is indeed what some of you are doing. We also need glowstone, or we need redstone torches, and my redstone's in here too. I have not been in school for a long time, but I don't want to say I teach, because I don't really teach, but I do work in the education field, and I am also now out for the summer, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. Mostly it's a good thing because it means I have a lot of time to spend with you guys and the YouTubes, but also a bad thing because my job does not pay me when I am not working, so that kind of sucks. But it's always nice to see the kids getting out and feeling really good, and it made me remember my experiences with high school. And why didn't I get more redstone? And I just, especially high school, because that's where I work now, and I know that school is both good and bad for a lot of people. A lot of people have a lot of fun in high school and enjoy it, but a lot of people struggle a lot with it, and I remember being I was bullied a lot in high school. Not to horrible degrees, but bad enough that it was pretty upsetting. I don't know why I got glowstone either. I don't need that. And I remember, you know, one of the things I always said when I was in high school was, like, when am I ever going to need this in the real world? You know, when am I ever going to need, like, I'm a literature person. I was not a math-minded person. So I was really resentful. I almost didn't get into college because, well, in fact, I was kicked out of college because I was so bad at math for so long. I was put on probation, like, if you don't pass this class, we're going to kick you out. And then I tried my hardest and I got kicked out, and then I ended up having to complete my degree out of state because they wouldn't let me back into the college where I had started out from. So yeah, I was kind of like, I don't want to be a math person. Why do I need to know this stuff? Like, I don't understand why are you ruining my life? Like, literally, like, I cannot complete college because I don't know statistics, you know, like, it was just, don't say the word lightly, but it was bullshit. Like, there's not a lot of things in the world that can make me cry, but I was pretty near tears during the end of my college my college days there. So I totally get like the whole, when am I ever going to need this in the real world? And one of the things that I have discovered now that I'm adult and am able to look at it from a different point of view is that a lot of what you learn in high school is not about the math or the spelling or the correct, you know, historical dates of some event, but is more about how life works. Like, it teaches you, man, I got 4 stacks of these. It teaches you how to deal with the world. Like, a lot of people don't ever grow up. And high school, and especially college, I feel, are things that help you deal with, like, real life. So, for instance, in high school, we all knew, like, the popular kid who everybody loved that person, but often, like, the bullies would, you know, pick on you or whatever, and there was just always the cliques. You know, there was like the nerdy kids, the band kids, the popular kids, the bullies, the jocks, whatever. There was always the cliques, and you fit in or you didn't fit in, and you were either loved or mocked. And a lot of that, you know, it continues into the everyday world, and you don't, some people grow out of it. Like, I grew out of it. I grew out of it when I was in high school. I was over it. I avoided drama to the best of my degree. But a lot of people don't grow out of it. And a lot, I think, of college is learning how to deal with people who are still in that mentality and how to deal with those people in the everyday workplace. Like, I can't tell you the number of times I've been in, like, an office situation where all of the people in the office are perpetuating the same, basically the same bullshit gossip, you know, and you know, it's the reason why shows like Jersey Shore are still so popular, and shows that are like, you know, reality TV where there's no thought involved and it's just basically celebrity gossip. It's because it's all high school mentality, and high school really kind of teaches you how to recognize those people and how to deal with them, and to a lesser degree kind of like, I don't know, I guess dealing with them is not the right word, but it just, what I learned from high school is that there are certain people that you don't want to be involved with, and certain people that you do, and that is how to deal with them and see them. And a lot of it does go away, especially when I was in junior high. I had it really bad. My mother as a kid always told me I marched to the beat of my own drum, and that is definitely true. And now that I'm an adult, I really love it and embrace it and accept that I am quote unquote weird. But when I was a kid, man, it was terrible. And I was the nerdy one that wanted to read books and not play sports or whatever. And it was difficult. But in high school, I made friends with a lot of kids who were similar to me or were equally socially outcast for whatever reason. And then in college, like, see, in high school and junior high, and I apologize, these are American terms. I don't know if they use the same expressions in Europe or Australia or New Zealand or whatever, wherever you guys are from. But, and we're going to get these blocks because I want them. When you're in high school, everybody's trying to impress everybody else. And I notice this especially with my students. The freshmen are the worst. They will do whatever they can to try to seem edgy and cool and the best and the smartest and the funniest or whatever. Often at my expense as, you know, the educator. Often at the expense of the other students. They don't care. They just want to be like the cool, edgy one. And then sophomore year, they've kind of started making friends, and they have less need to prove themselves. And then junior year, you know, they've got even more friends and less need to prove themselves. And then by the senior year, and this is in America, this is about age 17, 18, they don't care anymore. They are over. They're about to leave. The people, they've either made their friends or they haven't made their friends. They're gonna leave for college or leave for a job, and they're never gonna see those people again, and they don't care anymore. And finally, they're like actual people. And the freshmen are the worst, though. So if you are 14, 13, 15, whatever, you are currently in that freshman stage where everybody is trying to prove themselves to one another and act like they're the coolest. And a lot of times acting like the coolest is by making fun of the weakest. And a lot of people who watch Minecraft videos or who play video games are often the kind of people that would be targeted against those kind of people, because for whatever reason our society has decided that sports are really cool but video games are possibly not, which is totally dumb, because almost everyone that I know plays at least some video games. Some people play them more, and I grant you there are some people who play them too much, but for the most part everybody plays video games, and it's a ridiculous thing to make fun of somebody for playing, especially when you're 14 and you are the target audience and you're supposed to be playing video games. Not to say that playing sports isn't cool. I mean, I wouldn't knock sports either, but definitely would not make fun of people who play video games either. So I just know that there are a lot of young people that I come into contact with on Reddit, on my channel, wherever I go. I see these kids, and a lot of them are upset about bullies and things, and I just, you know, I think, hey, I've been there. I survived it. I was the bully. I wasn't the bully. I was the one that was bullied. And I was bullied really bad. I mean, if you guys knew me 4 or 5, when I was a freshman or whatever, when I was a junior high kid, man, I was a totally different guy. And I was, yeah, I was like, let me be homeschooled, because I don't want to go back and have to deal with this kind of crap. Oh my god, I cannot fly. Someday I will get one of those better jetpacks, but today is not that day. And I don't really know if I'm going to keep this as it is, but just trying some designs out. I mean, the wall is so blank, I feel like I need to have, like, I should make it say V-A-N. That would actually be hilarious. Hey, there's Silence, our SBK. We have the C now as the creative server, because we are working on Spawn for the new map reset. We haven't reset the vanilla map yet, but we're doing kind of like a Spawn contest, and Olmok set up a creative server for people to test their Spawn ideas. I'm not really interested in that, so I've been ignoring it, but that's where he is. But yes, I lost my train of thought. Basically, it gets better, as a lot of people have said, and just remember that right now everybody's trying to do proving themselves, and high school is teaching you how to deal with those people, how to, I mean, it is important, I think, to know a lot of the things that they teach you in high school, but a lot of what high school is about just how people work and how to function in our society. And unfortunately, our society is kind of broken and stupid, and I mean, our education system is broken and stupid, but that is a rant for another day. But I do think that you do learn a lot in high school, and a lot of it is worth having attended for. So congratulations for those of you who are in high school or college, and oops, my jetpack just ran out, and who just graduated or just got through another year closer to being out of the bullshit. And you know what, you'll probably make some good friends, and you'll look back when you're my age, or you know, 30 or something, you'll look back and say, yeah, I remember that guy when I used to watch that YouTube series. That was a weird guy, but I remember. I remember. And he was right. A lot of it is useful, and a lot of it is bullshit. And all I can say is just remember that high school is really small. In the big scheme of things, it's not important. You know, nobody, I promise you, nobody cares that, I don't know, that you said something stupid when you were 14, because even if the entire student body saw you do something stupid, like, that's still only like, oh wait, this is the outside. We're not going to put a little torch there. I've been removing all the torches on the outside. You know, your whole student body is what, 2,000 people? Dude, I have 2,000 subscribers. That's nothing. Like, it does seem like it's a big number, but at the same time, like, in the big scheme of things, it is not a big number. It is a relatively small thing. Don't sweat it. And don't, you know, when you're older and an adult and... Man, I went through a whole stack and I did almost nothing. When you're older, don't... Sometimes you see like these people, and I know this episode is running on really long now, I'm sorry. But when you see older people, you know, like 30, 40-year-old people, and like all of their fondest memories are from their high school days, like, that's pretty sad. Like, high school is a learning period, and it's great to have done and achieved really cool things during your high school years, but if like the biggest achievement of your life was that you were like captain of the football team or something in, you know, senior year, like, that's pretty sad. Like, use that skill to not necessarily become a professional football player, but in order to, you know, learn how to work as a team and make friends and be a leader or play together with other people. But don't focus that much on high school, because it's, in the big scheme of things, like right now, if somebody who was 30 told me, oh yeah, I was captain of the football team in high school, I'd be like, dude, like, and? Like, have you done nothing else in the last 20 years? Like, really? Like, who cares? Like, good for you, but I'm not exactly that impressed. And a lot of you have parents who are trying to live vicariously through you, trying to reclaim their glory days as high school kids. Like, oh, if you're not captain of the football team, you're worthless. Well, ignore them, because you're better than that. You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. Like, you're basically better than that. You know that high school is not that important. And I mean, it seems really important right now because you're a kid and you don't have like the same perspectives, but when you're older, you'll understand, and you just gotta, I know that sounds like the shittiest advice in the world, but it really, it does make sense, I promise you, and someday you'll understand. Someday you'll understand, because I am your adult and I understand. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I am done. I had this really cool thought on education that I wanted to get to you guys, and I thought, oh, if I just build while I do it, I'll be able to focus, but apparently not. Even while doing something really mundane, it's very difficult to talk and gather your thoughts. So I hope some of that made sense to you guys, and I hope that maybe some of you benefit from it. I really feel like I have a lot of younger people who look up to me, or I can talk, and I would love to be able to use my channel as a way to, I don't want to say influence kids, but, you know, be a positive influence, I guess. Maybe influence is the word, I don't know. Just to help out, and to give a point of view from someone that has been there and done some of it. And I would like to try to make this channel, you know, still be a lot of fun and Minecrafty, but as well as provide like that kind of positive experience for you guys. So I don't know if you guys have any questions about like high school or trouble or things that are, and it could be college too. I went to college, or it could be junior high or elementary school if you guys are that young. Yeah, so I don't know if that's interesting to you. Maybe you don't care. I'm an old dude and you don't give a rat. It's possible too. Anyway, I've been spending a lot of time on here. Hopefully next time I will get the bee thing sorted out. If you have an experience using the Minecraft mod pack on Feed the Beast and have used these primary bees and might know why I'm not being able to get the saffron bee, let me know. I might just be doing something wrong. The only thing I can think is maybe it needs to be in another biome, but it just seems weird. All of the wiki articles that I've read seem like what I'm doing should have worked like 20 generations ago, like the maroon ones did. So who knows? Feed the beast, spend 20 hours and get nowhere with it. I don't know. I did get like a squeezer, and I made some impregnated frames and some soul shards, and I got some wax capsules, and I got some ebony combs and some rune combs, and I've done a bunch of various things around, but you know, not really anything worth showing off. So this is probably a 40-minute episode now. I need to shut up. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. My name is Vaughn. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.